You're listening to Cool FM. Cool FM is a TVH Group of Networks radio station. Tondo's greatest hits are here. You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is koolNews Primetime.
Good evening and welcome to koolNews Primetime. I am Carlo. Let's get into the latest headlines for tonight. A lawmaker questioned the Commission on Higher Education chat on Thursday about its 8 billion pesos unauthorized funds from 2019 to 2022, saying that the amount could have been used to address the high attrition rate in schools nationwide. JET Executive Director Cinderella Benitez Jaro revealed this during the House Committee on Appropriations deliberations on the Commission's proposed budget after Northern Samar Representative Paul Daza asked about her unused appropriations from 2019 to 2022. From 2019 to 2022, we have 8 billion pesos funds unused by the Commission on Higher Education. If you have better utilization, you could have used that to help institutions. You could have helped students graduate because our attrition rate is 30 to 40%, the lawmaker said. Before this, Jaro disclosed the breakdown of this amount, saying that 4.1 billion pesos from its total budget was unutilized in 2019, 2.2 billion in 2020, over 970 million pesos in 2021, and over 820 million pesos in 2022. Although the funds have already reverted to the National Treasury, DASA asked what happened to them and why they were not used. For instance, CHED Chair Prospero de Villa III explained that in 2019, they allocated 6 billion pesos of funding to the Philippine California Advanced Research Institute's project launched in 2015. The 2019 significant reversion was caused by the fact that our PCARI project was winding down and the money could not be used for other purposes anymore because PCARI is a long-term project involving high-level research of universities, and we had problems. The project started before my time and we ended it in 2020 or 2021, Devera said. That is the reason when the CPARI program ended, we did not continue with it anymore because we saw how difficult it was to implement it. These are projects by the University of the Philippines, Ateneo, and others. We had a 6 billion pesos funding for PCARI authorized by Congress, and I must admit we had challenges using that money. So most of the money is significant that was not used was PCARI related, Madam Chair, he added. But that's not called Devera's explanation mitigating factors and not an excuse, pointing out that CHED could have realigned these funds to its other programs and activities. I am just trying to highlight to the Commission that because there are so many needy students, you should have a plan. If there are any excess funds, place them in the tertiary educational subsidy study living allowance. Give it to the SUCs, state universities, and colleges for the priority programs. Use all the funds, the lawmaker said. Previous data from CHED last February showed that the attrition rate has jumped to its highest level, 40.98%, in the school year 2022 to 2023. This is the highest since 2019. In line with this, the Commission launched a review of policies on the admission and retention of students in SUCs. Commission on Elections Committee Chairman George Erwin Cosio on Thursday asked President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. not to let foreign entities interfere with Philippine elections. Garcia made the pronouncement after presenting evidence showing that electric voting systems provider Smartmatic could be behind the supposed offshore bank accounts being linked to his name. The cabinet chief said that based on the research, Jallo Consulting LLC, which was registered in Florida, USA, carried out the offshore bank transactions being linked to him. I am pleading and asking for help from our Honorable President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., Garcia said. I hope you will not let these people and entities influence our nation. You know, foreign intervention in our elections is a threat to our democracy, he added. In July, Sanggol Party List Representative Rodante Marcoleta claimed that Comelec officials alleged offshore accounts received fund transfers worth 1 billion pesos. He did not divulge the identity of the Comelec official, but Garcia said it was him being referred to by Marcoleta. Last August 1, Marcoleta said a Volunteer in New York did bank transfers to two offshore accounts, which were supposedly traced to George Aaron Mojica Garcia. Garcia disputed Marcoleta's claims, saying the offshore accounts were recently opened and bank transactions were pushed through even with wrong names as long as the account numbers are correct. The Comelec chief also asked help from Speaker Martin Romualdez and Senate President Francis Escudero. I hope you will not let our offices and institutions be used to spread lies, to accuse people, accusations, and destroy the reputation of other people, he said. The 6.3% growth registered by the economy in the second quarter of 2024 proves that the current administration's economic policies are functional, House of Representatives Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez said on Thursday. Romualdez in the statement attributed the 6.3% growth of the gross domestic product to President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s policies and Congress support for it, adding that the House is optimistic this trajectory can be sustained. The 6.3% economic growth rate shows the effectiveness of President Bongbong Marcos' economic strategies and the solid legislative support of Congress. Our economy is steadily recovering and growing, creating more job opportunities and improved quality of life for Filipinos, Romualdez said. The speaker also noted that several economic sectors grew significantly on a year-on-year basis, like industry and services, which increased by 7.7% and 6.8% respectively. The increase in the sector of industry and service is very important as it gives us more job opportunities, which are crucial to our daily lives. The continuous growth of these sectors is another proof of the Filipinos' trust in our economy and future, he said. Alpay 2nd District Representative Joey Calceda, meanwhile, noted that the Philippine economy remains strong even as the global economic environment was hostile. The global environment remains very hostile to growth. Interest rates remain high and are nowhere near adjustment as cost of living remains unfavorable. And yet, the economy under President Marcos remains robust and, to some extent, immune from global conditions, Calceda said. Beyond the headline number, what is notable is the sources of growth. On the supply side, construction grew the fastest at 16%. On the demand side, gross capital formation grew at a remarkable 11.5%. The shorthand for that is simple: investment. The private sector sees the continued growth potential of the Philippines and it's locking in, he added. Earlier, the Philippine Statistics Authority reported that the economy grew by 6.3% in the second quarter, higher than the 5.8% growth posted in the first quarter of 2024. This growth was within the government's expectations of a 6 to 7% target for 2024. According to PSA, one top contributor to the growth was government spending, as construction grew by 16% year-on-year, wholesale and retail trade, repair of motor vehicles and motorcycles at 5.8%, and financial and insurance activities at 8.2%. With government spending expanding by 10.7%, Romualdez said it is another reflection of the administration's commitment to public service and infrastructure development. Still, Romualdez admitted that there is room for improvement. Our government's focus on infrastructure projects and public service is paying off. This substantial growth in government spending underscores our dedication to building a better future for all Filipinos, he said. We are not turning a blind eye to the challenges in the agricultural sector. This administration is focused on providing sufficient assistance to our farmers and fisherfolk so that we can help them recover and progress, he added. Calceda, meanwhile, also observed a decrease in the agricultural sector's growth. One source of concern is the decline in agriculture. Severe weather seems to have affected the agriculture, forestry, and fishing sector, which posted a year-on-year decline of 2.3%. That is, despite price increases in corn and poultry, which should have increased gross value added. In other words, volumes on output seem to have suffered as a result of both El Nino and heavy rains, Calceda explained. I am optimistic we will meet growth targets this year, although I strongly urge the government to continue to expedite spending and approvals for PPP or public-private partnership projects. Overall, the prospects remain strong and positive despite global challenges, he added. Roaming Aldis, on the other hand, reiterated that they will be working with the executive branch in terms of improving the lives of Filipinos. We stand united with the executive branch, determined to implement policies that perpetuate this growth momentum. Our focus is the strengthening of local industries and micro, small, and medium enterprises, and ensuring every Filipino will benefit from and feel the economic growth. Let us forge ahead, building on this unparalleled success, and strive for a future of greater prosperity and inclusivity for our nation, he added. And the Department of Education DepEd on Thursday signed an agreement with the Private Sector Advisory Council Jobs Committee to pilot an advanced work immersion program. The DepEd signed the Memorandum of Agreement with PSAC through the Private Sector Jobs and Skills Corporation at Malacanan on Thursday, which was witnessed by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. According to the Presidential Communications Office, the agreement was made in an effort to boost the employability of senior high school students. This initiative aims to bridge the gap between theoretical education and practical industry experience, making students more attractive to potential employers, the PCO said in a statement. The memorandum outlines an enhanced work immersion experience for students, curriculum alignment, allowing more hours for students to learn skills aligned with current industry standards, teachers training to effectively guide students in their journey, and lastly, job fairs and matching opportunities nationwide. 10 schools nationwide, including one specialized in the alternative learning system, are slated to participate in the pilot program and may choose to focus on areas such as information technology and business process management, tourism and hospitality, agriculture and entrepreneurship, and manufacturing. DepEd Secretary Sonny Angara, for his part, expressed support for the signing of the agreement. This MOA gives our students the opportunity to gain hands-on work experience while still studying. In that way, it follows the President's marching orders to us to do everything we can to improve the quality of our education and boost the chances of our graduates and lending better earning opportunities, said Angara, as quoted by the PCO. Meanwhile, PSAC Jobs Committee lead Joey Consumption tagged the agreement as a milestone in the government's efforts to augment the country's workforce. This partnership marks a significant milestone in our efforts to prepare the next generation for the workforce. By collaborating with DepEd and industry leaders, we can ensure that our students are job ready and equipped with the skills needed in today's competitive job market. Consumption was quoted as saying, prior to the agreement, the PCO said the DepEd and PSAC Jobs Committee had already been conducting workshops and consultations to establish guidelines for the pilot program that is set to begin in the 2024 to 2025 school year. It is now 9:13 in the evening and koolNews Primetime. We'll be right back. Welcome back to koolNews Primetime. Continuing with our headlines, starting with the starting with the leftovers that we might have not covered. Actually, let's cover what's happening in Cebu. A 47-year-old man died in the shooting incident in Sito Kalulang, Barangay Marigondon in Lapu-Lapu City at around 2:30 a.m. on Thursday, August 8, 2024. The victim was a resident of the said place and was known as a drug personality. According to Police Lieutenant Colonel Christine Torres, spokesperson of the Lapu-Lapu City Police Office, a concerned citizen reported the incident to Police Station 4. When the police arrived at the scene, they found the victim lying lifeless on the side of the street, covered in his own blood. The victim sustained a gunshot wound to his lips, which pierced through to the posterior part of his head. The victim was brought to a hospital but was declared dead by the attending physician. The police, however, refused to divulge the identity of the suspect. Further investigation is being conducted by the authorities regarding the incident. Also, on this day, a 21-year-old man was shot dead by unidentified assailants in Sito Braman, Ibabaw, Barangay Mambaling, Cebu City. The victim was identified as Mario Sumilik, a resident of the barangay. Sumilik reportedly made a living by selling bottled water on the streets. The live-in partner of the victim, Mary Jane Estenzo, said that the victim was about to buy cigarettes at past 2 a.m. when he was shot and killed. And now let's get into sports. The Philippine medal machine in the 2024 Paris Olympics abruptly grounded to a halt in the last 2 days, only for Bianca Panggangan to give it some life Thursday after shooting a 3 under par 69 to will into medal contention in women's golf competition and leg golf national. The second time Olympian again rebounded from an unsteady front nine, gunning down 3 birdies, coming home for the second straight round for a 142 aggregate over the winding water hazard laden layout that put her into a momentary fifth place tie at posting time with half of the field yet to finish. First round leader Celine Plotier of France was having her troubles through the first 40 holes, with Switzerland's Morgan Marox shooting a 66 to grab the temporary lead with a 136 aggregate. New Zealand's Lee Dako was also having a hot round, working on a bogey-free 6 under card through her first 14 holes when they got about 18, giving her a chance to maybe grab a share of the lead heading into the third round on Friday. World number 1 and defending gold medalist Nelly Corda of the United States was actually in a fifth place tie with Bogdanan after 8 holes of her second round. Team Philippines' EJ Obianena may not know the next step in his career yet, but he is putting a premium on taking care of his health after coming up short in his medal bid in the Paris Olympics 2024 men's pole vault. In an online press conference on Wednesday, Obianena revealed that his next move now, other than try and maintain his position on the world ladder, is to take care of his health. This after revealing that he's been dealing with a spiral injury and road to Paris. It's a long work. We will see what's next for me. For now, I'll already try to get healthy. That's when we will see how this season goes, said Obiena. I would want to defend some of my points and hopefully stay within the world number 2 ranking before the end of the year. Obina has said he has been suffering issues with his nerves in the Spedon region before his run in the Paris Olympics. His friend James Michael Lafferty explained the situation in the same online conference and said Obina had to undergo procedure in Italy before the Summer Games. To take care of his health better for future vaulting events, Obina understands that he needs to be dedicated even more than he already is on the sport. And that's easier than said than done, at least for the 4th ranked pole vaulter in the Olympics. It's not something that I think you should just half-heartedly decide on. This is something that I would take a lot from you, more than you think. You need to be able to be committed. You need to be able to understand the facts of it. You need to realize that time passes. This is a full-time dedication. You need to do what needs to be done. I think if you're committed to what you want to achieve and you truly believe that's the path that you need to take, then you should do it. Definitely. Obina meanwhile likened his felt metal bit to life in general and said, "The sport can be very brutal as far as results go. As I said, this life of ours is beautiful, but it can be brutal. Nothing is guaranteed. In the Olympics and every day in general, you need to show up and perform when you need to perform," said the world's number 2 ranked Paul Volder. And finally, getting into showbiz entertainment news with a very, very unfortunate news. Veteran actress Connie Chiu-mem, known for her roles as Zawari in Marvel Cinematic Universe Black Panther and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, has died at the age of 72. The death of the South African actress was announced on her personal Instagram, along with a statement from her family. The Chiu-mem family regrets to inform you of the passing of the internationally acclaimed award-winning actress Connie Chiu-mem. They wrote, Connie Chiu-mem, age 72, passed away at Garden City Hospital today, August 6, 2024. The family asked for privacy during this difficult period. The family will communicate further details. In a separate post, the family of the award-winning actress extended gratitude for the people's condolence and sympathies. In an interview on Newsroom Africa by phone call, Chiu-mem's son, Nongelo, shared that her mother died in the hospital after a period of illness. She had been in the hospital. She was admitted for a medical procedure and she was recovering well. But unfortunately, we then got the news of her passing, he said. We are proud to be her children, Nongelo added. She left us a beautiful legacy, not only just for her children or her family, but for the community and the country at large. Aside from her marvelous stunt, Chiu-mem starred in several TV shows and films such as Black and Skin, Gomorrah, Rhythm City, and Seriously Single, among others. Chiu-mem's co-stars in the Black Panther film series took to social media to pay tribute to the seasoned actress. We have lost our library. May Connie Chiu-mem rest in peace and power, wrote Hollywood star Lupita Nyong'o on Instagram. Rest in peace, my beautiful sister, Connie Chiu-mem. Thank you for your resilience and always inspired present work you delivered in your long and illustrious career. You always obsess gratitude and a generous, bold heart. We will miss you and are grateful for your time here. Safe travels on your continued journey, wrote another co-star, Winston Duke. The South African government also paid tribute to the housekeeper's actress. South Africa will forever be grateful for your contribution, Mama. May you rest in eternal peace, they wrote. Our heartfelt condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of multi-award-winning and legendary actress Connie Chiu-mem. Her outstanding work will always be remembered, added the government. And that is it for koolNews Primetime. As always, you can get in touch with us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. And we will be back with more headlines that you need to know tomorrow with koolNews at noon, that is 12 noon. And in the mornings, you will be hearing the simulcast of DCWB, starting with Melo Del Prado on Cool FM. Until then, I am Cairo, and we hope you have a pleasant night and stay safe, and we will see you tomorrow. Good night.